Hello class, good afternoon. Nungari bongang ja. Akhoi economics makha chathaji ko. Ngasi akhoi tawdori chapter je BOP tawji. BOP habdi balance of payment habni ko. Sida akhoi na munna ta tu ja. Iyo. Sida mo. Balance of payment habdi akhoi ki country amaga ki marakta leba transaction duni ko. Akhoi na balance of payment haja. Ado aina sida resident country haja kai gino hagade. Resident country akhoi na leba country jo oidine ba. India haja ko ai leba ne India da le. Rest of the world natraga rest of the country ameta world la leba country man je. Sigi marakta leba transaction do. Ado kai ko balance of payment ko ba. Aina sida X and Y iri je kai gino hai matam da X na export hai ni Y na import hai ni ko. Ado gini atai kem natte ado hawraje yam koi ro ko class ke kai pakha ka nongang ja chapter ju pick pani sideng je meaning of balance of payment hai me the balance of payment is a comprehensive records of all the economic transactions that take place between the resident of the country and the rest of the world during the specific period of time, usually 1 year have Nico. This transaction includes the trade in goods and the services, income flow, transfer, and the international capital movement. They came na tayo have the balance of payment have the transition between the resident country and the rest of the world have never. Akhoi na laideba country jiga aduga atopa atai country में आऊँगी मरक तो लेबर ट्रांजैक्शन दो अकोई ट्रांजैक्शन ऑफ गुड एंड सर्विसेज कैपिटल ट्रांसफर दो आते के नो इनकम फ्लोज है सी में आम जी वो कोई बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट का वेबा ये ngजी को तक नोंगा है उधर BOP दा account ni lai ko current account hai bonga capital account hai bonga sideng component of BOP hai BOP jo kino current account ke capital account hai dai na component ani le na current account ke kai chingani hai mata records of flow of goods and services income and the current transfer have never current transfer je kai ko ke khang bro the current account records the flow of goods service income and current account have flow of goods and service hai bani aduga income ga amasung current account current transfer have no current transfer kai no ha ga de side am khata le transfer unilateral transfer do aduga current transfer ko bi ko stamu yeng je mathang da capital account hai the capital account records the capital transfer transaction related to non-produce and the non-financial assets. Capital account in a carino haga de transaction je karma transaction ogani non produce or non productive transaction oganeva adu kai ogani non financial asset oganeva magi transaction je capital current account na kai hai goods service current transfer income hai adu kai nodana non financial asset as well as non produce hai neva patham dengje Ako capital account na ngasai hai gare non financial assets hai apni ko ako kai dino capital account ado koi financial account na kai hai sidai financial account na kai hai ri this account records the cross border investment flow and change in the financial assets and liability hai bane sidina kai la ne ko change in financial asset hai ne financial assets la ne sidina khangbra yan tai ko ngang ja capital current account na goods and services income capital account non producer non finance non financial asset aduga financial account na kai no financial asset and change liability sidana investment ge lane hoye foreign direct investment FDI FPI foreign portfolio investment sumde lane ko sideng je component of current account ngi mai component hai diba component na kai geno nga thale ja akoi goods hai bang service hai bang le diba goods se koi khange ko which can be touch and seen do akoi theng mum se u do visible oi pot koi goods hai ba aduga services na kai service na service theng ya bane aina like ta aina be service ne ba aina ta pot noi theng ya bro yad de ko invisible untouchable oi ba aduga koi sideng je export and import of goods theng je export and import of goods treated as merchandise and the visible trade. This is a visible trade because goods are tangible and therefore that can be seen while crossing borders. I have Nico. Mathang daw yang ji sidi khaw mani da pot je goods visible we have never visible which can be seen and touched never adua service tamu yang je export and import of service are treated as invisible because si jo udabagi akhoni invisible trade taw have ne atai kem nate si pa dun kham ni dun I think the service si yang si important no factor service and non factor service sideng je awai service makhan ni thong khai do makhan je kai makhan khai do e classified into two hai ri kai kai no the factor service hai ba ga non factor service hai ba ga hai ri ba factor service ha ga na karam mano ha ga okay production de chang ba pot che factor of production oi ba pot che kai land labor capital sum jo ko factor service hai ri ba sideng je factor service refers to the service provided by the factors of production like land labor capital and entrepreneurship to earn the income hai when these factor services are traded between the countries they create the factor income flows in the BOP hai bane ba si mari je si ja trade to man trade adi buying and selling hai bani ko thadok thajin do ko transaction to matam da country amada chap matam da si ja kai do moi gi si generate of income do ko factor income ching ne ba adu gi do mo je factor service hai bane ba gyan tai ko ngang ja adi factor production da chang ba makan ja kai factor production da kai jang ne land labor capital si chang ne ba yang je factor service ki mai formula yang je formula jeng lo factor service is called the compensation of the employee plus investment income hai rent interest and profit formula is faro ko chimpa Non-factor service thing. Non-factor service are the service that are not related to the factor service. Factor service not the atai service kudima atai ki pote kudima. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. She not the atai kudima koi. Kaya sing ani non-factor service thing kaya na moi the income generate to buya teba. Khamra. Si non-factor income sing non-factor moi si the kaya income generate to buya di aduna kaya kawi si koi non-factor service hai na khang neba. Gyan tayo tomba. They do not generate income that use of this factor. Instead, they involve the exchange of intangible service between the countries. Moi the income generate to do na koi non-factor service hai bani. Mathang ni ngasaya koi current transfer have do. One-way transaction between the countries. There is monies and goods and service are given without any repayment and obligation. Aina suppose aina India ni aina America do bacham period. Thousands cannot period ko. Kaya da $1,000 period. Moi na halaro da pasado. Moi the repayment la ro da pasado. Do ki ko current transfer ko. Si ko unilateral transfer hai jukni ko. Unilateral. Kya tay ko nganja. Mathang namu yang je equilibrium hai bamga. Disequilibrium hai bamga lai BOP da. Equilibrium and disequilibrium in the BOP. Equilibrium di क्या है? Equal है नहीं को माना है वो तो सिना not equal है वो सी की word equilibrium जन्म 11 तो मनी दा माना ग्राफ हम ये का demand supply intersect तो हो जगह तो equilibrium point का है तो point number where demand and supply are equal hai x equal to y hai bama equilibrium point hai ade mana ba hai bani ko sida yang ji equilibrium je kaino har ga de akhoi ge import का export का माना रहा बा खमरा अदो के receipt का expenditure का माना रहा बा अजे zero होने बा ले जे तब खेना वाले रखना पोने बा अदो के कोई equilibrium कोई को सीधे जे equilibrium in BOP is stuck when current account balance plus capital account balance plus error on admission equal to 0 है बने बा in other words, BOP is said to be equilibrium when the total receipt is equal to total payment. Then means net payment is 0. Hi, the capital account current account tin general matungda magi balance 0 lava. Adu equilibrium hai khang neba. Gantai kongang ja. Aduga 0 natabida value malava. Either negative la kera positive la kera adu wo ke we disequilibrium ko we kya ta kong ja receipt equal to payment. Net payment je zero le raba. Adu ko equilibrium ko iko. Si je receipt ka payment ga je not equal to raba. Adu ko kai ko ye disequilibrium ko ba. Disequilibrium da makhan ni khai doi. Surplus BOP hai bonga, deficit BOP hai bonga lene ba. Surplus BOP ne kaino hai matam da akhoi nga sai equilibrium disequilibrium da akhoi ge values hai positive la ba khambra positive la ba adu matam da kai hai ne akhoi ge surplus hai ne ba ganda ko ngang ja adu akhoi nga sai BOP je negative la ba adu akhoi deficit hai ni ko ganda ko ganda ramne ne khale ne jo angang ja sida mo yeng ji akhoi nga sai current account hai gre aje transfer of goods and service hai gre capital account ne kai hai akhoi non financial asset hai dai na sai ado ki capital account mo yeng ji the capital account in the balance of payment records all the transactions that involve the transfer of capital assets within the country and the rest of the world. It deals mainly on non-financial and the non-produce asset. Non-produce khange ko yeng ji mai component yeng ji component of capital account hai apni capital account mai component je kai no capital transfer le raha hai non-produce and non-financial assets, acquisition and disposal of fixed asset, tax and capital transfer. देंगे my component है कि ना हाँ बताइए capital transfer है capital transfer है कि ना this involves the one time transfer of the ownership of the asset. It doesn't affect the current account but change the country's stock of the asset. Asset के ownership transfer तो होता है one time transfer of ownership से अदुबो के क्या हुई capital transfer का हुई वो हमरा चीज ना कोई current account दी current income दा कशु effect हो रही बट तो वो country की माग asset तक हमरा कितना country की asset effect ला करने वो याद देखो stock ता अरे पिथो कर दी stock हंदबम थोक रो हंकत पर हंदब जे यांग जे key types of capital transfer debt forgiveness grants and capital formation migration transfer transfer of inheritance asset and gifts debt forgiveness hai tum kham mani ko akoi ge paisa to mangak pi bu je when the foreign creditors cancel a country debt it's recorded in the capital transfer hai grant of capital formation foreign grants means to be a long term project such as a building stock and schools or infrastructure mathang deng je migration transfer movement of the asset when the individual migrate into or out of the country such as transferring and saving properties or equipment have me am na my migrant to gi matam da magi asset natraga magi savings to transfer to gi kai kawi migration transfer kawi ba transfer of inherit assets and the gift nangi parents na piramba nangi kano na piramba gift transfer to gi je transfer of inherit gifts kawi ko non-produce and non-financial assets these are the assets that have not been produced or not carried a financial claim. Transaction involve their purchase or sell across the border are recorded under this component. Asset ta khoi ngasai produce hai bang non factor production na lai gre khoi produce हाइबंगा non produce हाइबंगा लिखो factor of production दो factor of product दो example देंगे natural resource intangible assets lands and building acquisition disposal सी आ रहा है सी हूँ चलिए autonomous item and accommodating item accommodation item जी होगा autonomous नहीं जी autonomous item जे कई item autonomous item are those international transactions that take place due to economic motives such as profit interest and investment or the trade not because of the BOP situation. These items are called above the line item and independent item. Autonomous item है करी item नो है only for profit motives कमरा profit motive की जब तब transaction जे कोई autonomous item का हुए कमरा अदो सिगी कई जे सिगी autonomous item जे कोई कई है ना जो खंगने above the line item है ना जो खंगने नत्र independent item है ना जो खंगने बा माई character यंग जी को characteristic यंग जी Stay yang orang ja. Autonomous की मागी characteristic ये नहीं undertake the independently of the BOP condition. BOP जो मथन ना पैसा गने माई दिखाऊँ रहा. Profit मा आते के मागी motive से कहना profit motives कते ये गने बा. Motivate for the profit, interest rate and investment similar to the economic factors. Include the normal flow of the goods and services and capital. Sideo. Kasi dagata atre mai sidas definition je wa si ngo na mai characteristic to important no ite si ngo importance ngo example je ngo important export of goods and services haibonga foreign direct investment and portfolio investment private remittance tourism receipts and the payment foreign loans taken from the business motives magi main motives hai profit ka tani ko yan dai ko ngang ja accommodating items sing ji accommodating items are the adjustment transactions undertake to correct the BOP imbalance hai bane ngasai ki autonomous na akhoi ngasai autonomous transaction to matam da अखोई की BOP दा खर इफेक्ट खर लाकने बा खंबरा अदुगी इफेक्ट तो बैलेंस होनबा अदुगी इम्बैलेंस हो द बैलेंस हो हन्ना बगी दमक तो ट्रांजैक्शन दु कई कवे अकोमोडेटिंग आइटम्स कवेबा ग्यान ता गोंग जा मागी मेन मोटिव से कइनो मेन मोटिव से ओनली इम्बैलेंस हो पोतो बैलेंस हो बखता ngasai autonomous na transaction to matan khara imbalance oiba lakane ba adugi imbalance oiba do balance o hene bagi to do kai gawi accommodating gan dai ko tomba Yo, sige chapter jida important oiba ha go Sisem paro number 1 da current account and capital account magi component ko si khare ngelo mun do BOP की definition fa ba kauni ko no tu marks dum hang mani se si hum je paro ne phajana atai ba da ya de ko atai ju pa ga to ni ko ba to focus si je hana phaj si gi point si gi ahum ji phajana paw hai bani ko ina hai che thoroughly paw amana mo equilibrium and disequilibrium in BOP si phajana paw ko tomba aduga coming Monday je coming Monday accountancy ta kani ko financial statement gido coming Monday da financial statement ta kani aduga plus ta business study ge part A continue to ni ko part A continue to ni ke akoi part B lo gre ko part B finish to gro ne ko upload to du upload to rani account ni ta ko ni Monday de ke get ready de leiro boy kolom pai dana ko khang da jing do mun na taw ro sidagi gantai ko ngang ja yare ngasi di sida lo sala je hayemu thengna ji ko thank you class